Okay, welcome back to Bulls TV. We're here with Senior Coach Mike Triep. Thanks to Bayside Auto, Frankston RSL, Vaudrey, Hallam Truck Centre, Bank of Queensland, Frankston, Rams, Home Loans, Frankston. Mike, obviously a tough week last week, based purely on the result, but the last 2 weeks, from a club perspective, we've certainly become a lot more competitive. What are your thoughts, obviously, on last week's game? And just maybe give the Bulls TV people an insight into your thoughts of where the Bulls are heading.
Yeah, no doubt. Competitive has been the word that's been thrown around the last couple of weeks, and as great as that is probably from where we've been the last couple of years, it's still very frustrating. You know, we go into these games expecting to win at the moment. We feel like we're working pretty hard on the track. We feel like we're improving every week. We're just going to try and minimise the simple little errors that are really making us just fall short, really. You know, a draw against Seaford from where we were, we discussed that last week, and I suppose that was okay without winning, but this week, we went up to EDS expecting to win. We probably felt for the majority of the game we actually had more of the footy and more possession. Again, just silly errors, probably got a little bit one-dimensional, and again relying on too few when we're not really, I suppose, utilising the rest of the group, which is probably the frustrating bit, but it's a new group, so it's going to take them a little bit of time to get used to each other, so we always thought it was going to take sort of 8, 9, 10 rounds probably for us to gel and start getting the results. But again, this week, we're hoping this week's our week, so we're confident as usual.
So a couple of positives from last week, a couple of younger players. Listen, I think the expectations will be a little bit inconsistent. But obviously, Jake Kelly was quite good last week, and there were some other highlights as well. Just give us a few positives from the NFL game. Yeah,
it was great to have Jake back in the team. Obviously, missing for suspension, so he's worked very, very hard over the 3 weeks prior. So we did consider, almost as a punishment to bring him back through the 19s, but he's just such a class player, and just his natural aggression around the footy, we definitely want to straight back into the side. So yeah, he was pretty good without being great. We thought he played his part, kicked a couple of crucial goals in patches to get us going again, but he's just only going to improve again, just missing those 3 weeks and only playing round one. Bit of match fitness will make the difference to him. Again, a couple of midfielders have been fantastic for us all year, so I thought Wilco again was really good. We're just really trying to work on his defensive side, which is mission in itself, but we're getting there. Wilco really is focusing on trying to improve that side of his game. There's no doubt about his ball winning ability. He's really finding a heap of the footy, and if we can just focus on a few other things, then we'll come good. And again, another one was Cocky, so it was great to have him back in the side with Polks out last week and the week before he got injured the week before. Again, it was important to have that key vocal point down there. So Cocky started really well. Obviously, again, he fatigued a little bit as the game went on, just through match conditioning, but I suppose when you're taking screamers, in the first quarter, it's probably the best mark I've seen actually live. It was exciting. So yeah, we think an exciting brand of footy. So to see those guys back out there is exciting for the group, and a young group at that. So
probably kudos last week to EFL. You sort of mentioned they didn't have as much of the ball, but they certainly executed well, didn't they? They just don't overuse it, and they would have been under pressure last week. So you can sort of see just have those fighting qualities. But this week, obviously, new game, new roles, Pines, and let's not beat around the bush. Straight forward line, Edwards, Hendry boys, always very competitive. In fact, it's probably an understatement to say that they're very good footballers. How do we counter that this week? What are we looking to do to exploit them?
Yeah, without a doubt, I've watched Pines twice this year live, and obviously watching the tapes back as well. Their new centre forward, Bongetti, he's just a man mountain. He's a terrific lead-up mark and a beautiful kick from anywhere from sort of 50-55. So obviously, we want to try and nullify the forward 50 entries from the midfield, put a bit of pressure on them, and push hard, obviously, into their forward line, into our defence, and try and help out our back six. Obviously Edwards floating around there is obviously the best player in the comp, in my opinion. Plays a lot through the midfield, so again, we don't want him, setting up too many forward 50 attacks. But when he goes down there as well, we know how dangerous he can be. Hendry as well, they got that 3-pronged attack down there, so we know that their forward line is obviously very dangerous, but they've got quality mids in there too. Potts is a fantastic player. We've got another new player in there
midfield guy.
Yeah. No, he's been really good for him as well. So we've got good ball users, a lot of experience through there as well. So obviously, we probably our game style is probably the total opposite. We've got a really young group. We like to get out and run and find that open space. So hopefully, we can get them on the counter attack and try and run them off their feet. Okay,
just to wrap things up, obviously your first year as senior coach. How are you finding the coaching week in, week out for the Pringle supporters? And also, you're 5 weeks in now. You've had a bit of a glimpse at the competition. Where do you see us? Where do you see the competition?
Yeah, no, I've really enjoyed it. It's obviously always going to be a new challenge coming from, doing the under-19s and, getting used to that group. But it's exciting, obviously, bringing those guys through into the senior group over the last couple of years as well. Obviously, always going to be different, but, from the footy side of things, it's not that different. We sort of stick to the same sort of game plan I've always tried to stick to. And again, as I said, that running, attacking style. It's more, I would suggest, the off-field stuff, managing egos a little bit and different personalities. It can be a little bit difficult, and just trying to get that relationship with the players one-on-one and trying to get them to gel as a group as well. So as far as I see the competition going, obviously having played YSO, they're a phenomenal outfit, and I think they're 5 games, four wins by 100 points, and beat Pines last week by about 10 or 11 goals. So yeah, I think they're a fair way ahead without stating the bleeding obvious. And then after that, Mount Eliza were impressive. But I'd almost suggest sort of from three to bottom, it's going to be a pretty close year this year. So everyone's going to be competitive on their day. So you just got to be up week to week and being able to execute your game plan and get those tight wins, I suppose. So, again, you come back to the Seaford draw, frustrating this week, a couple of goals in it as well. They're the games sort of you got to snag. So yeah, it's going to be very even this year. So yeah, we want to start getting a few wins together now.
So on behalf of everyone at Bulls TV, thanks Mike Triep, Senior Coach at Critical Footy Club. Go Bulls.
Thanks, Steve.